Right, so we're running at 62 hertz here, and we can see our generator is absolutely not happy. You can see that we've got a whole bunch of sparks coming out of the generator, and if we keep running it like this, it will catch fire and explode on us, okay? So we do need to be careful about that. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Hydro. This is a game that I've been developing for a little while now. It's currently available on Steam, if you want to go check it out if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much for playing my game. This is the demo build, version 0.28b. Only just came out on 13th of March, so I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but it's only just come out recently. And I thought I'd do a bit of a let's play series on it now that I've gotten the demo kind of worked out, I think. Kind of at the pointy end of the demo, I must say. And I must say as well, just before going any further, thank you so much to everyone on Steam and just all of the people who have been testing the game and playing it so far and giving me their feedback. I really appreciate it a lot. So if you head on over to Steam, I've got a link below in the description. You can check out the game, you can check out the demo. The full game itself is still in development, and it's probably going to be out sometime later this year, I guess. The game is all about, if you haven't already kind of heard about it, it's all about generating electricity, alright? So it's a bit of a unique niche kind of game. It's not for everyone. It does involve you kind of interacting with lots of antique kind of machines and machinery and switchgear and all that kind of stuff, replacing fuses, generating power. Basically what you're doing is generating power for the local township, okay? They need power, they need clean power. The town's growing and they need power. So you're basically going to spend day and night in the game generating as much power as you can. There's going to be all sorts of quests coming at you. So they're going to be like township carnivals or mayor conferences and stuff like that. The township needs electricity, so you'll be doing that in the game. Sounds easy, but as you'll see, I'm going to be doing a bit of a let's play with this game in this even with the demo build, I guess, and we'll see if we can't just collect all the newspapers. Okay, so you get newspapers in the game as you successfully complete certain quests, I guess, or township demands, as I've called them, demands for power. So there's 4 different township demands in this demo, okay? And every time you complete one, you might just be lucky enough that the Paperboy will actually drop you a newspaper to say, hey, this has been done, good work, kind of thing, and you'll appear in the paper. What you can do is you can frame those newspapers in the power station. And so yeah, I'm not going to call this let's play done until I've framed all 4 newspapers, okay? So I'll go ahead and just start a new game here. There is a save game feature in the demo as well. So what we'll do is, I'm so glad I included that in the demo build. We can come back for future episodes and just hit continue, and then we'll be able to just basically pick up where we left off. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start a new game. Right. So just while this loads up, like I said, this is one of the latest builds or latest updates of Hydro, and I have implemented a lot of improvements and updates since I released the game, the demo build on the 24th of February. So since then it's released, it's received a whole bunch of updates. If you go ahead and just check out the Steam page, you'll be able to navigate to the updates area, and you'll see all the patch notes and things like that. Right, so I'm just starting this game as a layperson as much as I can, just ignoring the fact that I built the thing. And we'll just see how we go, eh? So this is the power station proper. I should have said as well, you kind of start back here. I meant to cover this just earlier. You kind of start back here, and you're kind of just in view of the power station. But it does kind of depend, because in this case here, we've got a lot of water mist today. And this water mist is actually variable. So when the water mist is like really enveloping like this, you know that the water is flowing fast. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that will actually affect your generator. You can still kind of just see the power station there, but on the days when you begin the game, you might have less water mist and you'll be able to more easily see the power station. But yeah, in this case, we've got a very fast river today, so that may actually play against us and actually cause a whole bunch of problems for us, but hopefully it won't, because yeah, when there's a whole bunch of water like this, you know that the river is wild, so we're going to have to be careful when we run our generator today, or at least for now. Alright, so here we are in the power station proper. And we have a whole bunch of tutorials here, tutorial slides that I've included in the demo. And I'm not going to just obviously focus on all of this. I'm just going to explain what I'm doing as we go through. So feel free to pause the video if you want to read these. But yeah, otherwise I'm just going to go through and just play this. Let's just go ahead and turn on the light. I'm not sure how many days in game I'm going to get through for this video. Hopefully I don't set fire to the generator like I did in a recent video when I tried to play the demo. Cut up above if you want to check out that disaster. Alright, so we got... I just thought I'd cover this Let's Play series now that I've got a lot of the things kind of ironed out with this game. So let's start her up and get this generator going. Right, so whilst the generator is starting up, you can see here that the RPMs are gradually rising. Okay, and what we have as well is generators running. Okay, that's good. It's not yet ready, so what we need to do is come over to the governor here and just basically increase the RPMs on it. And I just heard the waves crashing. Every time the waves crash like that, it means that the river's changing speeds. So you've got to kind of make sure that you've got a handle on the RPMs. You don't want the RPMs to go too fast. So I'm just going to, I think they're okay as they are here. Let's bottom out the governor. Yeah, we got a very fast river today, just as I thought. To get the generator running again. Sometimes the river is just running too fast, okay? Alright, grid's running at 62 Hertz. That means that we have a very, very live wire on the grid today. So because we've got a generator here from 1936, it can't really handle the higher grid sinks too well. So you'll note that it does actually overheat quite fast when you try to generate power at a higher sink above 60. Okay, alright. Let's get the generator RPMs into the green. Basically, you've got to get them into the green zone. And once that's done, you'll notice that your generator is ready to go. It's ready. So now, we're not going to charge our accumulator, which is our on-site batteries. We're actually going to charge into the grid. So let's just flip over like this. That ringing sound's just saying that our generator's running too fast. Oh, just saw the river change there. It's going to slow down now, I think. The generator's going to slow, so let's just get back on the governor. You do have to babysit the governor a little bit here. Alright, so let's see if we can't sync this thing up. Oh no, I thought I had it. Hang on. Nope. There we go. Okay. So you'll notice there the grid sync synchroscope. It was going slower than it went fast, I think it was, or the other way around, whichever way it went. When it changes direction like that, it means that your generator RPMs are faster or slower than the grid, okay? So the faster your generator runs, you could be ahead of the grid frequency or you could be behind it. But for the purposes of syncing up to the grid, I know this game's quite niche, it's not going to be for everyone, but if you've got any interest at all in power simulation and power generation, you'll know that, or you may have an idea about grid synchronization. And I've tried to include that in this game, more or less. Not at a super detailed level, but enough for some realism, while still gamifying everything as well. Right, so we're running at 62 Hertz here, and we can see our generator is absolutely not happy. You can see that we've got a whole bunch of sparks coming out of the generator, and if we keep running it like this, it will catch fire and explode on us, okay? So we do need to be careful about that. Right, so what do we got here? We have our filter. I'm just going to check on this. Yeah, she's still quite clean. The generator filter in a recent update there, I did actually make it so it doesn't actually get too dirty too fast. Yep, and we are more or less smoking our generator away very nicely here, aren't we? We're just going to have to kill the grid sync there and just let this thing cool down a little bit. You can see up the top right hand corner there, the funds are at $131. So because the grid's running really fast, you're actually generating cash quite fast as well. Okay, so the whole premise of this game is basically you've got to generate power, you've got to make money, and then you've got to spend your money on supplies and upgrades. Well, the money comes from a different, the upgrades come from a different thing, not money, but anyway, I'll go through that hopefully in this series as well. Alright, what's going on? The day is getting on a little bit. Oops, and we just over revved the generator, so that's why that stopped. Let's just go ahead and turn this thing back on. You can see that as we play the game, our fatigue levels are rising as well. Let's just reduce the governor RPM because the RPM is running too fast. That's why it tripped out just now. The more we fan the generator like we are now, we're actually cooling it down quite fast as well, which is good. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to charge our on-site batteries. Okay. So these, this is our accumulator bank. Okay. So you need this accumulator bank. It holds charge, electrical charge for all your on-site services like your own lights. The marker light, which is outside, which I'll go through in just a moment as well, and all the other local power services that you have, like even this little radio here, which I'm not going to play because it's got licensed music on there. So to charge the accumulator, just make sure you're in accumulator mode and just come over to this generator DC rheostat and just wind this thing up a little bit. There we go, about halfway is good. And this handy little gauge here actually shows you what your accumulator charge is like. Now you can see we've got a charge low light on at the moment, that red light there. That basically means that we are quite low on the charge level of our accumulator, which is not good. Means that, okay, that I think is one of our fuses has blown up, so we need to fix that as well. But now that the interior light fuse is blown, this might actually charge a bit faster, so that's good. Okay, when the generator, it's running a little bit too slowly. See, it's left the green zone. That's why the ready light or the ready relay has clicked off. Okay, so we need to adjust our governor. There we go. Alright, generator ready. So we are charging again. You know what, it's getting towards the end of the day already, end of day one, so I mean you could just leave the power station running unattended day and night if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it. We'll spend a bit more time out here and then we'll call it. Oh, we got what's that? Looks like we might have a noise complaint. Okay, well, I'm lucky because these noise complaints can sometimes bill you funds as well. But this one here, we haven't been billed this time, so that's good. My newborn is struggling to sleep. We've got a noise complaint from the nearby township because we're making too much noise with our raw power plant. And I couldn't imagine why. Alright, we're smoking the generator out again. Right. I think it might be time to shut this thing down for the day because we're running a bit low on oil as well. And running low on oil is not a good thing because you can really cause issues noise-wise as well. So we'll just shut this thing down for the day. It's only day one anyway, so we've done well, I think. We've boosted our funds by $30 odd, but I'm going to spend a bit of that money right now. When you start the game, you do start off with some oil. There's some oil cans outside. You can't, there you go, you can kind of see them through the window there. So I'm not going to order any oil, but I'm going to order a generator grid fuse, a spare one, okay? Because there's one here, like this one here, but the more that you connect to the grid and sync to the grid, over time this grid fuse will wear out. And if you're generating at higher levels of frequency on the grid, it will wear out faster as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. What I'm trying to say is it's good to have a spare grid fuse at hand. So we'll just send that telegraph message like so. The other thing you might want to do when you first start the game is the accumulator bank has a condition rating. You can see it's at 84% now. If that condition's too low, you will actually struggle to charge the accumulator. So yeah, there's that as well. So you might as well go ahead and order one of those soon. There's a little tutorial thingy for the sleeping quarters right here. We're just going to go ahead and go to bed right now because our fatigue's getting a little bit up there. So in this game, there's two shifts. You've got the night shift and the day shift. So you work the day shift as long as you can, then you go to bed, then you wake up for the night shift, okay? And then you continue going. So, alright, so we're in night shift here. We've had a good amount of rest. So this is our, right here, this is our sleeping quarters. Now within the sleeping quarters here, you've got your bed, which is obvious, but there's a few other things you've got here as well. You've got your filing cabinet for one thing. This is where you can save the game. And looks like I can't do that because I've got something in my pocket, and that is the fuse which I meant to repair earlier. So I'll go ahead and fix that now. But also there's a cleaning sponge bucket down here, okay, so you can pick this up, take it around and clean certain parts of the power station. And you've got here a little blueprint which you can interact with, and you can install all sorts of upgrades in the game as well. In the demo there's only 2 upgrades you can do. Maybe in this Let's Play series, if I get far enough, I can see if we can't install these upgrades as well. These upgrades, you pay for them using a thing called upgrade credits. And the upgrade credits, top right hand corner of the screen, you can see we've got 0 at the moment. But you get them by completing township demands or quests, okay? So those quests I was talking about before, those 4 different quests in the demo. The more of them we do, the more upgrade credits we'll get. You got a little job performance card here in the demo as well. It just gives you some cool little trivial information, I guess, for the most part, about what's been going on so far in the game. So yeah, we'll be looking at that as we go as well. One thing I did recently put in play as well was the power station tutorial. So you can just bring this up anytime you want if you want to go through it as well. Alright, cool. So what we'll do is we'll just repair this fuse, because you might remember that we did blow that fuse earlier. For our interior lights, so if we look at our pocket inventory, you can see it says fuse number 1. We've got that at the moment. We're just fixing that up now at the fuse repair bench, workbench. Okay, and while I'm here, I might as well just grab this cleaning sponge. And yeah, we won't be coming back here for a little while because we've got work to do. This is the beginning of our night shifts. So what I'll do is I'll drop this bucket just down there, I guess. We'll come here and we'll just install this fuse again. There we go, and I can hear the lights already flipped on. Just open this door. We can see our interior lights are now working once again. Alright, it's good because you kind of do want lights at night time. Alright, now before we get the power station going, there's a bit of maintenance we need to do. We need to top up the oil. Now we didn't order oil in the last shift, so we do have our starting amount of oil here. We'll use these up first. Okay, so we'll just fill up this oil pump mechanism. This oil pump mechanism is very handy. Keeps the power station running nice and quiet. If you don't have it oiled up, you'll run into all sorts of problems. You'll get noise complaints. You'll generate too much noise. Alright, so let's start the generator. We do have to generate power day and night. Alright, and looks like we've got a township demand. Okay, so this is the first township demand. Council Town Hall meeting, and it's a high prestige, so we'll just go ahead and accept that. We've got to generate 35 grid units of power, and we'll get a bonus amount of pay, anywhere between $150 to $250, and we'll get 2 upgrade credits as well. Alright, so let's connect up to the grid. So we'll just flip on over to grid and see if we can't connect here. There we go. I think that's done it. We're over revving again, so let's just bring the RPMs way down. Okay, and we're running at 61 Hertz. Now I can hear this air filter is a bit dirty, so let's grab the bucket. So you can use the sponge bucket to clean this filter as well. So this filter here, if you don't keep this clean, your generator will actually overheat quite fast. Now, unfortunately we've lost our grid sync in the meantime, so we'll just come back here and just sync up again. Apologies, things move quite fast in this game as well, so I'm trying to explain everything as we go. Okay, alright, we're synced up to the grid and we're generating power. As you can see, township demand is ticking down, so we're generating those units of power that at once. This is a bit of an Easter egg here. You can actually clean up these gauge lenses so that they look a lot better. The other thing you can do with this sponge bucket as well is you can clean the glass. So you can see the windows are a bit dirty. And that little buzzer that we just heard, the bam bam, that one's telling us that the accumulator batteries are running a little bit low. Just gonna clean up this glass a little bit while we wait. There we go. These ones are clean. I don't think we need to clean this one again. This one here, that's a bit dirty as well. The waves have just changed, so who knows, we could be about to overspeed the generator in a sec. We'll see. If we hear any ringing sounds, then we'll know for sure. Some of these windows are a bit stubborn. Go. Nice and clean. Alright, let's just let's drop this here. Let's just move this oil over here for the moment. Okay, so yeah, we've got quite a lot of mist tonight, so the river is running quite wild so far. Okay, you can see our accumulator does need a bit of attention. The charge levels are running a bit low, so we can turn off these interior lights to save the juice a little bit. You can see that the telltale there is showing us a discharge because the little marker's moving anti-clockwise. If that was moving clockwise, that means that we're actually charging the accumulator, okay? But obviously we're not doing that now because according to our nice little our panel here, it's telling us that the generator is running, it's ready, but it's outputting to the grid. So you can only output to the grid or the accumulators at one time. And we just managed to complete our township demand just now. So we've generated the required amount of power, and just in time because our generator's starting to overheat a little bit. So let's flip up to the accumulator and just turn the accumulator down a little bit. Oh boy, what's that now? Oh no. Another noise complaint. This time we've gotten a penalty. Okay, so there's 70 bucks. Not doing great so far. Noise complaint wise, that's 2 so far, and we've only had 2 shifts, so yeah, it's interesting. Alright, the temperature of the generator is getting a bit warm, and our fatigue's getting on as well. Why are we not charging? Let's crank up the charger a bit more. It's because we've got our interior lights on, I think. We turned them off. Oops, that didn't work. There we go. Yeah, we're actually showing a charge now. But yeah, it's going to take a long while before we can move this needle properly. That ringing noise is basically just the overspeed alarm. And that might just like trigger for a nanosecond, and that will still kind of just buzz like that, so don't worry too much about that. As long as this overspeed light is off, you're okay. You're not gonna overspeed the generator or anything, but the overheat light obviously is another concern, so we may have to do something about that, I think, because we are getting quite hot right now. So in order to cool the generator down, the best way to do that is to let it run, but just turn the charge off completely. So you can see there, we're not outputting anywhere at the moment. If we had this on, we would output to the accumulator, or if we had this switch in grid mode and synced up, we would be outputting to the grid. But if we flip over to accumulator and just bottom this out, we can see here that we're just running the generator without doing anything, and it should actually cool down a bit faster like this because we're effectively fanning the generator. Alright, I don't think we can really do much more. It's the end of the night shift now, so even though we're quite hot still, I'm just going to go ahead and turn the generator off and turn off the line shaft, turn off the water wheel brake. So we'll stop the water wheel as well. We'll have to do something about our accumulator, I think, on day 2, so tomorrow in the game. Because, yeah, our lights are looking a little bit dim at the moment because our accumulator is quite low. So, actually, before I forget, let's go ahead and just order some accumulator fluid. So we'll just do that here. So at least then tomorrow morning, the accumulator fluid will be delivered for us and it'll be waiting for us. So we'll just set that. Okay, we've got this light on as well. That's not good. This is going to drain the accumulator as well. So just turn that off, and we'll call it a night, folks. And we'll wake up tomorrow morning, see what day brings. So in the game, there is a chance of getting a calm river phase as well. So sometimes when you wake up, either day or night shift, you might get calm river. Doesn't happen often, but it can happen. In the lore of the game, the river has become a little bit unreliable. Sometimes it'll flow fast, sometimes not. And when it's calm, oh, got our first newspaper, yay! Okay, so as you can see, this is one of the newspapers I was talking about. There's 4 different ones of these, okay? So let's go ahead and just frame our first one. So we'll just hit the F key, and then that will frame it up in the power station. So if we come over here, there it is there. So you can see there, that's the first one. So we've got 3 more to go in the demo. And yeah, we'll see if we can't get more township demands to sort this out. Alright, we've got a grid fuse here. Let's just pick this up. And we've got our accumulator fluid waiting for us as well. I'm just going to put this here. I am kind of working on a fuse holder, but I haven't been able to figure that out just yet, embarrassingly, in the development of this game. Alright, so here's our accumulator fluid. You can see there at 82%, so I'm not going to bother refilling that just yet. Let's just leave our accumulator fluid right there. And let's get going for the day shift. So, come on. Because this lever is it's quite rusted out, sometimes it doesn't work. You can actually upgrade it in the game, and you can upgrade it in the demo. So maybe we'll get all 4 newspapers and upgrade the lever. And there's one more upgrade we can do as well right here in the demo, and that is to upgrade the generator with a heatsink so that it doesn't heat up so fast. So maybe we'll call the Let's Play done once we've achieved all those things. Alright, so okay, grid running at 62 Hz, so exercise caution with the generator due to high grid frequency conditions. Okay, so when you're running the generator at 62 Hz, it's going to warm up real fast, so you've got to be careful. Alright, let's switch over to the... Actually, no, let's not go to the grid. We're going to charge the accumulator today, or for the most part here. So let's just go ahead, and because it's daytime, I'm not going to turn on the interior lights. We'll be able to charge the accumulator a bit faster without any of the load going. Alright, so hopefully we can make a positive kind of impression on our accumulator. Not looking good, it's falling out of the RPM range. There we go. The river just changed, so that's why it's gone a bit slow now. There's not much mist there. Normally there's mist all down here on this bank, so we can see there's only some mist in the distance there. Oh, okay, one thing that we... okay. Oil. Yes, oil. We're running low on oil. That's not good. And we've only got 1 oil can left. We might have to make another order actually for oil. Let's do that now. I'm just watching my funding amount as well. and our generator's just decided it's had enough because it over revved that time. So whilst the generator's off, I'll just stop the water wheel and let's just go and refill the oil. Oil is important. If you don't have oil, you'll cause all sorts of noise and you'll get the building shaking and rattling and rolling. In the demo, it doesn't really do much else apart from give you the shakes. When you run low on oil, you'll shake the building up and you might get noise complaints, but it won't cause any lasting damage in the demo, at least. In the full game, that may change. Alright, so the generator's nicely cooling down. Well, it was cooling down until we managed to get into the generator ready zone. We're running too fast. Let's just turn this governor way down. That's good. Yeah, there's a bit more mist there, you can see, on the river. Can't quite see the old marker lights in the distance anymore. I'll go through those marker lights at some point, hopefully, in this Let's Play. I haven't even touched on them yet. They're a light guidance system for the ships that also go through this area as it happens. And we'll get to talk about them hopefully soon as well. So there's a whole color regime or color scheme that you need for these marker lights, depending on which way the ships are passing by in the night, okay, and they need their guidance. And this here is your marker light panel, which controls which color is currently being displayed. In the demo, you've only got access to the first marker light, that's why these other two are not working. But yes, you can change the color and all sorts of things with this panel. That's obviously not needed just now. Right now, I just want to focus on charging up our batteries a little bit, the accumulators. So let's get the RPMs happy again. See that we're not doing anything to the grids, that's why we've got nothing on the volts, and the synchroscopes dormant as expected. You can see here we're charging the accumulator, and looks like our I didn't do a very good job cleaning these windows because they've gotten dirty again, and we've just oversped once again. I can hear the air filter getting clogged up as well. Let's just reduce the RPM way down, have a quick squeeze. Yep, okay, we're running a bit fast, I think. The river, that is. Where's that bucket? Yeah, okay, our filter's a bit dirty. Just clean this up. Alright, we'll keep our generator running nice and cool that way. There we go. Just clicked on. Let's just clean some windows while we're at it. Alright. Whoops, this one's clean already. Let's clean this one. Okay. Getting this place nice and clean. Alright. These windows get dirty at different rates as well, depending on where they're facing. Let's just drop that bucket right there. Now, as we've been charging the accumulator, you'll note here conditions actually drop now. It's not 80% anymore, it's 76. So like I was saying, you do need that accumulator fluid, which is basically your battery acid, to refill the accumulators and basically restore their condition a little bit. In the demo right now, you've just got the one accumulator bank. I thought about actually having different cells, like individual cells that you can maintain with the fluid, and that may well be something I'll do in the full release of the game. That'll be quite cool, I think. Alright, so accumulator charge is up there, it's getting up there. Because our RPMs are kind of clicking on and off, we've had a bit of interrupted charge here, but that's actually let the generator cool down as well in between. every time the relay kicks off and it's not charging, it's actually letting the generator cool in the meantime. But obviously right now it's charging, so it's warming up. It's warming up. We're not charging. Okay, we are actually charging at a fairly decent rate here. We're in the on the rheostat here. You can see that we can adjust this rheostat down a little bit, so that way the generator won't heat up so fast. We'll also charge our accumulator a bit slower as well, though. You can see our light's getting brighter because we're feeding more charge into the accumulator. Alright, so well, I think we might have to call an end to these proceedings once again, because our fatigue is getting on, and the day's getting on, and this video is getting on as well. So I think I'll wrap it up here, folks, because we are just past the 30 odd minute mark. You can see the sun is starting to kind of set. We've reached the end of day 2, or the end of day 2 day shift at least, that is. Before I just close everything down, let's just go ahead and order some more. Actually, yeah, let's just order some more accumulator fluid for next time. Alright, and I think we'll call it here, folks. So thank you so much for watching. I'm just going to go ahead and save the game here, and you can do that at the filing cabinet. Let's have a let's just save it. And if we have a look at our little job card, you can see that we've worked 3 shifts so far. Water wheel's gone around 48 times, and we've had 1 newspaper delivered. We've framed 1 up even. We've had 1 council town hall meeting, but we haven't had any of the other quests yet, so we'll see how we go. We've had 1 newborn who lost sleep. We repaired 1 fuse, and we cleaned 15 glass surfaces. So I think we'll call it here. And we'll pick this up in episode 2 of this Let's Play. I'm really over the moon right now because I didn't actually blow up the generator like I did last time. So I think that's a win, folks. That's a big win. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going through episode 2 with you all soon. So now that we've saved the game, we've got that going. So next time we'll just hit continue and continue on from there. Thank you so much for watching as well. Like I said, feel free to check out this game. The demo is on Steam if you want to check it out. I am playing version 0.28b, so make sure you get that version because that's the best one. That's the best one going. And yes, so thanks so much again for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the jazz if you enjoyed this. And I'll catch you all in the next one.